All right, guys, so now I'm ready to think about my assembling. I do want to make sure that this side is also cleaned up, so I'm just taking my sponge, cleaning it up. One of the things I didn't say to you guys is you do want to take your jewelry off if you're wearing any rings or anything like that, because it will leave a mark. The other thing is I flipped it over to the back side because I want to see how this is going to go together. So this wall and this wall are going to be the walls that attach. So it's going to come around and it's going to attach like this. So that looks like they're going to match up just fine. But one of the things I realize now is the base is too big. So the very first thing I'm going to do with that is I'm just going to trim this down a little bit so that I can cut that down just a little bit smaller. So I'm taking about 1/8 of an inch off all the way around. Okay. And then I'll lay that on here and I'll use that as a guide for cutting out, and then I will have to clean up that edge again. Remember, don't try to cut it all at once. I might use that ring for something even. I don't know. So now, yeah, you want to make sure that you are not cutting all at once because it's going to get really messy. And you want that to be a clean edge. So again, I'm going to take my tool, clean it up. There we go. All right, and remember this is going to be under, okay? So this is the side that's the inside of the cup. Now, what I need to do is this edge on both sides, I'm going to begin with getting my brush, my toothbrush. This is going to do that scratching with a little bit of slip. So this is slip, and slip is made with clay, water, and just a touch of vinegar. The vinegar helps with that adhering. So scratch. I'm also going to take, where'd my needle nose go? And I'm just going to do some, I'm going to do a crossing, like an X pattern. So diagonal, diagonal, all the way across, and you're going to do that on both walls. Now I'm ready to adhere. What this scratching is doing is it's creating more surface for the clay to grab the clay. And here we go. Oh, here we go. We can do it. Now I'm going to carefully press in. This is firm action, but it's still light action. So I'm pushing, but I'm being firm but delicate. Kind of like when your parents are saying, no, you cannot have that. No, I'm not buying that today. Now, I'm just going to drag my tool across that edge, clean it up. You can also drag your thumb across there. And actually, I do want to do this. I'm going to take, I think this is a good surface, this really flat surface, and I'm going to X again, but I'm Xing in a dragging diagonal, and then I'm going to clean that up. So I'm getting my fingers wet just to rub that out. Okay, got that side done. Now I'm going to do the inside, and this is so much cleaner. So I'm dragging in one direction, making that X, and then dragging in the other direction. Oh my goodness, nice. And I'm even going to take my sponge and go over this edge. You're not going to be able to take the rib inside of here. Well, you might be able to get it in there a little bit, but just be careful with that. Now, I'm going to tap the bottom, okay? And I know that this is going to sit on here like this, right? Now, I feel like I want to I'm going to go back in and I'm just going to go in at a diagonal and trim away a little bit. Just at a diagonal and trim away a little bit. Now, I can also use this tool to do that because it already is at a curve. Okay, that's good. Now, I'm now going to scratch this edge and this edge. Now, but you know what? I feel like this side is higher than this side, so I'm going to turn it this way, and I'm just going to tap it just a wee bit. Again, firm but gentle. Why would you not go too hard on this? Because it's going to collapse. This is going to be the biggest mug on the planet, but I like it. Okay, now, so again, I'm going to take a little bit of slip, get it on my toothbrush. Gonna scratch, 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 scratch. I'm also gonna do the same thing on this edge. I'm even gonna do the side of this. I'm gonna clean it up later, but I'm doing it on the side because I want to soften that edging on this because I'm gonna be dragging it. I'm also going to take and I'm gonna do the XXXX, diagonal lines that cross over each other. And I'm going to do the same thing on this edge. Now I'm ready to attach. Now, oh, very nice. But I've got to clean up this. So I'm going to take this tool here and I'm going to drag it in. I probably shouldn't have done that decorating on the bottom. I know I shouldn't have. And I'm going to trim off, getting this out of my way. I'm trimming away. When I went back with a little bit of that water, that softened it up quite a bit. So it's making it easier for me to drag, smear. All the way around. If you're not gentle with it, you could cause the whole thing to collapse. Okay, now, I don't like it. I feel like I want to do this a little, I'm going to actually trim at a diagonal. I'm going to take some of this away. I don't like it. Yeah. Oh, I am. I'm actually going to take away. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm trimming away. Yep, I like that better. Oh yeah, much better. So anytime you're cutting away clay, you need to support the whole object because you could just push the whole thing over if you're not supporting the whole object. And then I'm going to trim this off as well. All right, now oh, that's much better. Much nicer. One of the things you might want to do, so inside of here, I don't know if you can see it. There we go. that there is this little edging. You're going to take a tool, one of these green tools, and you're going to go in and you're just going to really smear into that to get that connection sorted out. Oh yeah, that's nice. I'm going to do just a little bit of a pressure. There we go. Okay, super. So there's my little cup. That's not a little cup, it's a big cup. Look at that. That's the biggest cup on the planet. It's a little crooked. Okay, now, all right. The last thing I want to do is I want to add the handle. Okay, and I think maybe here. I feel like I need to make this handle thinner. Oh, I know. Wait a minute, there we go. Ah, okay, I'm not crazy about this handle. All right, we'll sort that out in a second.